This has been a season like no other and a Premier League title like no other. It's been the hardest one so far. Welcome. This is the arena. Yes, Manchester City are now champions of the English Premier League, a third title for them under the leadership of Pep Guardiola. Yes, here we get to talk about the stories that are emanating from the world of sports, and definitely the one we will be talking about, the English Premier League. It's one of the things we should be taking a look at on today's show. But it's not the only thing. There's Naomi Osaka and Serena Williams who are talking about the Olympics and the possibilities of it going on well. We will also be taking a look at that. And also, La Liga is hot. It's getting hotter and hotter by each game day. Barcelona were unable to win that one against Levante over the night. Yes, we will take a look at that and some other stories from the world of sports all on this show. Don't go anywhere when we get back from this break. It will be a very packed show and quite the exciting one. I'll be your host. My name is Jidechi Chidezie. Welcome back. This is the arena. Yes, let's talk about the big stories from the world of sports. But I will not be talking about the stories alone. In the studio today with me is a man I know you're already used to, Babatunde Oluyoku. I hope I got that right. Well, it's a pleasure having you join us in the studio.
It's my pleasure always being here.
Okay, let's talk about start of the show talking about the Olympics, and we are hearing that from the big woman, Naomi Osaka, the world number 2 at the moment, that she is not being specific. Let me just put it that way. She's not being specific, but she's giving hints that should the Olympics go on, she might not be a part of it.
Yeah, it's actually a rude shock to the sports family when Naomi Osaka raised a concern that she might not be part of the Olympic due to the COVID-19 that is ravaging Japan. One of the reasons why she said the Olympic she actually suggested the Olympic shouldn't go on because of the rise in COVID-19 in Japan. Yes, she's the world number 2, and she's also a Japanese. So I think she has a say. After this, the Japanese sports minister actually came out to say that 1 million of doses of COVID-19 vaccine will be given to people in a day. But the question we should be asking ourselves is the human life, is the sport or is the Olympic that paramount to the human life? From my own point of view, I think Naomi Osaka has a point in she's trying to be diplomatic.
Yeah,
she's trying to be diplomatic,
so too, and she's saying she's also an athlete who would love to be part of that one.
She said she has been vaccinated, but can we convince people? Can we force people to be vaccinated because of the Olympic? Personally, I think the Olympic should be postponed for now, because based on reports.
And that brings me to the question, when we talk about postponing the Olympics, we postponed it from 2020 to 2021. And in 2021, we are still talking about the same reason which we did postpone it in the first place. So when you talk about postponing the Olympics, how long do you think would be the best?
The lives of participants and people coming for the Olympic is paramount, personally, to me. We are human first before we be talking about sports, so we should value our lives more. I know the Japanese government has actually invested a lot in hosting the Olympic, but the truth is the lives of athletes and the lives of people coming to watch the Olympic should be paramount. So Naomi Osaka has a valid point here. It's actually a good thing for us to see our sport being safe. But in a situation whereby the COVID-19, like recently now, we had a report that the COVID-19 has actually increased. The number of people infected in Japan has increased. So we shouldn't be risking our lives just because we want the Olympic to be stayed.
And the interesting thing is Osaka is not the only one who is talking. Yesterday we got to hear from Serena Williams, who is also, it looks like Williams' own stance is even stronger as compared to Osaka, who was saying things like she's always been longing to be at the Olympics. Serena has been at the Olympics before, and she seems to be having a stronger stance as regards it, and she's saying she might not play at all.
That is why I said these top athletes are trying to be diplomatic. The excuse Serena Williams is actually giving is that she can't be 24 hours without from her family, especially her best friend, which is her daughter. So she's trying to be diplomatic. If you look downward into the tone of that release she released a few days ago, she said in the midst of this, the COVID-19 is still much around. So everybody is trying to be we are all trying to play safe. And also, there is this report that she's also training on the clay automatically. She's hinting that she's preparing for the Roland Garros that is coming. So everybody, they are all trying to play safe because of the COVID-19. So personally, I think the excuse of I don't want to be away from my daughter. I've never been away from my daughter for 24 hours. It's just a flimsy excuse just to cover up the COVID-19 excuse.
And that brings me to the big question before we wrap up this discussion. We get to see football go on without the fans. We get to see the Roland Garros, which you've raised earlier, go on, reduce number of fans. We are seeing sporting activities. The NBA is on at the moment, and fans are not as much as it used to be. Don't we think at this point, is there the chances of the Olympics going on without the fans?
With the look of things and with the look of preparation, the Japanese government has actually placed on. I don't think they will postpone the Olympic. It's so sad. I don't think they will postpone it. You know, it's supposed to be held last year before it was postponed till this year. So I think they are trying to look for a way to make this work. You know, just like I mentioned earlier. 100 dosage of the vaccine will be given to people coming for the Olympics. So I'm sure the fact that they will look for a way to make the fans and the athletes look safer for the Olympic.
Look safer for the Olympics. Okay, let's move on from that one and talk about boxing. AJ Fury is in the news once again, and Eddie Hearn is giving some updates on that one. And the updates I would see is sort of good news. Yes.
Yeah, this is the fight. This is the bout every sport-loving fans have been
waiting for this point.
And the good news is we've been told that the fight will be held this year, and it will be in Saudi Arabia. Hopefully, it will be nothing except fireworks. We want to see the best. Both fighters are actually been talking about unifying the heavyweight division, and we can't wait. We can't wait to see the fireworks that will be displayed in Saudi Arabia.
We cannot talk about AJ Fury these days without giving our predictions as to how we see it panning out. We've seen the two fighters, lots and lots of preparations going into this one, but say the fight is to go down, who do you actually foresee taking everything home?
Personally, this is actually dicey. We can't actually predict where the fight will go, but I expect nothing but the best. Don't be surprised if the fight ends in draw, because these two fighters are very close. They know each other's strategy, so I expect nothing from them but to give their best. And I can't even figure it out who's going to win. AJ technically is one of the best in the business. Fury is never say die spirit, you know. In the first bout he had with Wider, it was knocked down, but this man rose, and you know nobody expected that. So I expect nothing. These are the two top boxers in the world right now, and we expect nothing but the best from them.
Nothing but the best. Let me read what Eddie Hearn is saying here, the promoter of that one between AJ, and he's actually AJ's promoter, and he's the one that's been giving us all the nitty-gritty, all the juices as regards this AJ Fury bout. Let me read what he said yesterday that got everyone talking and got everyone excited about the AJ Fury fight. Yeah, Hearn said that August the 4th and August the 14th. I think it's a very bad secret that the fight is happening in Saudi Arabia. To be honest with you, I don't mind giving you that information. He said Bobby Arum, that's AJ's US promoter, has already done it, and he also added that it's the same people that we did the deal with. That's for Andy Ruiz rematch, and that event was very spectacular. He also added that as partners, they were fantastic as well. We are very comfortable. AJ is very comfortable. He knows these people. They delivered on one of their promises the last time. Ends off by saying, we are ready to go. That's what Eddie Hearn is saying at this point. Yes, we cannot wait for that fight between AJ and Fury, the one that should be going on in August, and possibly anyone that wins that one might see a second of that fight between the big fighters. Remember, AJ has 3 titles on the line. Yes, it's WBA, WBO, WBF, and IBF titles on the line. And of course, Tyson Fury have the WBC title on the line. Those 2 fighters will take on themselves, and anyone that can get the win in that victory, in that bout actually, would be taking home all 4 belts. Huge one. Astronomical, you ask me. Yes, a big fight we cannot wait, and a big fight we most likely would not get to stop talking about. Let's go on a quick break, and when we get back from this break, it will be some other issues right here on the arena. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back. This is the arena. If you're just joining us, they're joining halfway the show. Yes, we've been talking about the big stories emanating from the world of sports. But well, the show is not over yet. You can join us right now. Still here with me is Babatunde Oluyoku. Babatunde, let's move on and talk about football. Talk about the Super Eagles and the Super Falcons. Well, let's give it to the women first. I guess ladies first. The qualifiers for the Africa Women's not Champions League, actually. The African Women's Cup of Nations is on, and Nigeria will be taking on Ghana in the first round of qualifiers. What do you envisage as regards this one?
If you recall, we had this conversation behind the camera about the format in which CAF has adopted for the qualifiers, making it a regional qualifiers. Which make WAFU and the other continental, CONCACAF, So personally, just like I said, and you actually agreed, it's actually not a welcoming development for we to have a regional qualifier for the World Cup. So Nigeria, Ghana, it's actually not just the male. In football, Ghana has always been our arch rival. Even in food, the Nigerian jollof rice and the Nigerian jollof. So, Nigeria Ghana has always been a crack match. We expect nothing from the Super Falcons than a win against the Black Starlet of Ghana.
The Black Queens, actually. That one, you can see it on your screen right now. Yes, Nigeria will be taking on Ghana, the first round of qualifiers. That's one. That's how it's going to be panning out right here, the AWAFU stages of the competition. And after that, we will be taking on the winner of that Cote d'Ivoire match here, the Ivory Coast game, if we can defeat Ghana. But first of all, it is to do it over the Black Queens of Ghana. Still on this issue of the Super Falcons and Ghana that's expected to be coming up later. Do you actually think the Super Falcons have everything it takes? Some people have actually raised, I was on Twitter yesterday, and I saw a tweet about somebody saying that the NFF should not expect the Super Falcons to do so well if preparations for these kind of games are not starting as we speak.
We just like we used to say, if you fail to plan, then you are planning to fail. I believe the NFF know what is at stake in this kind of game. Not just a game, against our arch rival, Ghana. I'm sure preparation will start as early as possible. our players are actually playing in their respective club, which is actually a welcoming development. So, rightly, the person has a point in saying if preparation doesn't start now, then we shouldn't expect magic from the guys. But I believe the Super Falcons, the pride is there. We are playing against Ghana. They know what is at stake. So it's more like it's more like a derby, a West African derby. So I expect nothing but a win from the Super Falcons of Nigeria.
The Super Falcons of Nigeria, yes. The first round of those qualifiers will be going on in June, between 7th to 5th of June. That's next month, and then after that, the other qualifiers will be going on later in October. And at this point, we are only expecting that the Super Falcons can do everything. We've also seen Randy Waldron, the coach of the Super Falcons, move around. He saw the Super Six, where the Super Six was going down, and Randy Waldron was at the stadium to watch the ladies, some of the ladies who play in the Nigeria League play, and I expect that by now he has everything ready to take these fixtures to the next level.
If the coach doesn't have a plan now, then why is it the coach?
Important question.
One of the hallmark of our female football is that we have a good league. We have the players in which you can watch week in, week out. So to formalize is information and tactics. So it's actually a good development, a welcoming development that the coach has actually went around. He watched the Super Six, and trust me, I'm sure of the fact that he must have been satisfied with what was on display during the Super Six and all the matches he watched.
Okay, now let's move on from the Super Falcons, talk about the Super Eagles. The NFF has suggested that rather than have this players idle in June, the World Cup qualifiers was moved from June to September, and NFF are saying we can't have these lads come back and do nothing this period. We are going to take advantage of that window and have a couple of friendly games. They are suggesting games against Ghana, Cameroon, and Senegal. And what do you think of this move?
It's actually a good move from the NFF. It's actually an the World Cup qualifiers are actually been postponed due to the COVID-19 that is actually on the rise in Africa. So it's actually a welcoming development that the NFF is actually planning a grade A, not just not ordinary
friendlies,
a grade A friendlies with top African teams. This will actually give the team the competitive advantage and competitive psychologically that okay, we will be playing against top team, because trust me, the World Cup, we can't afford to miss the party.
That's definitely one I know Nigerians don't want us to step away from. But you mentioned grade A fixtures, and don't you think this, I would say, is my personal view, but I'm leaving it to you now. Do you actually think this period we could use it, we could explore to take on European counterparts?
We are playing African World Cup qualifiers. We need team with the same playing patterns with our opponent. So going to Europe and engaging European teams at this stage, I don't think is actually
a good idea.
But playing Africans, our style of play is different from the Europeans. So we need people that will give us the same thing we will be playing, the same style of opposition we'll be playing in the qualifiers. So I think playing the African teams at this stage in the friendly is actually the best decision the NFF has actually taken in a long while.
The best decision they've taken in a long while. Well, you've heard it from the man, and the fact that the NFF suggesting that we might be playing these African teams is the best decision. Well, it's a good one, I would say. Let's go on another short break, and when we get back, we finish off with the rest of the show.
Most people don't understand the magic of a perfect skin, the allure of a well-pampered skin. We bounce from skincare products to skincare products, from spa to spa, looking for that ideal solution. I found the solution. And it's Blemiville Skincare and Spa. My name is Neil, and I'm proud to be a part of the Blemiville family.
Yes, welcome back. This is the Arena. Yes, we've been talking about big stories emanating from the world of sports, and I've been doing that with Babatunde Oluyoku. Babatunde, now let's change gear, move from the local football, well, not for local football, say our national teams we've been talking about, and take a look at the English Premier League, which I would say reached a new landmark yesterday. The championship of the champions of the league have been known as Manchester City, none other but Manchester City.
Manchester City, 3 league titles in 5 years. Guardiola is just my ejection. At the beginning of the season, a lot of pundits, a lot of journalists actually predicted Liverpool to retain the title. Few actually gave Man City the chance of winning the title, but the signing of Ruben Dias has actually changed the dynamics. Nobody actually saw John Stone being back to the team. The partnership, as it looks like the partnership in heaven. Not surprising. During the course of the season, Man City actually won 20 league games unbeaten. This cannot be done without the right mentality, the right psychological glue. Man City are just out of this world. I'm actually short of the word to describe this present Man City. They are the best in the league, and trust me, they are the best in the world.
At this point, we have seen Guardiola do in just a couple of years what many other managers who coached in the Premier League did. He's now one of the highest ranked managers with Premier League titles. And would you say at this point Guardiola is one of the best managers the Premier League have ever seen?
I think that'll be premature to say he's the best the Premiership has ever seen.
No, one of the best.
Absolutely, he's one of the best. We can't take that away from him. He has actually won 4 League Cup, if I'm not mistaken, 3 in a row. He has won the FA Cup, and he's in the Champions League final. Trust me, Guardiola is one of the best we've ever seen in the Premiership. But personally, I still think he's still behind the likes Sir Alex Ferguson as a winger and Joseph Mourinho.
Okay, let's talk about why Guardiola was busy winning the Premier League. Barcelona are busy throwing away their chances of winning the Spanish La Liga, and they're 3-3 yesterday night.
Last time I was here, I actually told you the La Liga is actually the La Liga this season is actually unpredicted. Last weekend, it's actually Atletico against Barcelona, first against the third, then Real Madrid against Sevilla, the second against the fourth. And nobody saw that coming. Both teams actually played a draw. The Barcelona-Atletico game actually ended in a goalless draw, while Sevilla-Real Madrid actually ended 2-2. So we expected Barcelona to capitalize on, to actually top the league for the few days, because Atletico will be playing their own game.
Yes.
But Barcelona, surprisingly.
So with this one now, would you say it's over for them? Because it's what everybody's saying at this point.
If Barcelona cannot take the full point yesterday, throwing a 2 goals lead away, then how would they want to do it?
Nothing left for them.
I don't think it's over for Barcelona this season in the La Liga.
And I will tell you, many Barcelona fans are pissed at the way things are going on right now. Well, I think they would have to rue their chances if they miss this one. But finally, let's end off talking about another team who are doing it in style, talking about Sporting Lisbon in the Portuguese league, the first time since 2002 they've won the Portuguese league, and it's quite interesting because it's coming in a season where we get to see many leagues having a new champion, and the likes of the League O is set to have a new champion. We see some weeks ago Inter Milan won this one, and this time around Portugal, Sporting Lisbon, the first time since 2002. For
the first time in 90 years, I'm very sure the fact that the jubilation, the party in the city of Lisbon right now will be wide. It's actually a welcome development. Personally, I don't like a particular team dominating 4 or 5 years without, So it's actually a welcoming development that Sporting Lisbon in 19 years are champions of the Portuguese league. In the over the years, they've actually produced stars like Cristiano Ronaldo,
Bruno
Fernandes, and now nobody can actually pinpoint this is the main man there. Yesterday, a certain player scored the only goal. I've forgotten the name now. Scored the only goal that clinched the title for Sporting Lisbon. This is actually phenomenal.
Interesting. Phenomenal. He says, well, I guess it's also been a phenomenal show. Yes, it's been quite the interesting one on today's arena. But I guess we will be back some other time to talk some more stories right here on the show, because he that fights and runs away lives to fight another day. Like I said, it's been a splendid time, and it wasn't splendid because of me. It was splendid because of the man of Babatunde Cote. Thank you very much for coming here to do this with me today.
Thank you for having me always. Thank you.
Definitely. Why don't we go away, and when we get back next time, we talk about other stories emanating from the world of sports. Yes, I'll be here when we get back again. My name is Jidechi Chidizi. Until next time, stay safe.